Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a fun fan-made story to entertain all the From fans out there, imagining what could happen in episode 2 of season 4. Just to be clear, this is purely fan-made and not official in any way. It's just for fun. If you enjoy the video, it would mean so much if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep creating content like this for you. All right, let's jump into it. Season 4, Episode 2, Voices in the Dark. The night was heavy with tension in Fromville. The survivors knew the monsters were changing their strategies, growing more cunning. After Jim's brutal death, the man in the yellow suit had made his intentions clear. No one was safe, especially those who dared to dig too deep into the mysteries of the town. The air was thick with fear, and every creak of a floorboard or rustle of leaves felt like a threat. Inside the colony house, the survivors debated their next move. Tabitha and Jade were convinced they were close to uncovering a key truth about saving the children. But with the yellow suit man watching their every move, they were running out of time. Tabitha's memories of her past lives were becoming clearer, but with clarity came confusion. She remembered fragments of different years, different struggles, like pieces of a puzzle she couldn't quite fit together. Jade, skeptical as ever, urged her to focus on the present. "We can't afford distractions," he warned. "Whatever he's hiding in those tunnels, he'll kill us all to keep it buried." As the survivors planned, the monsters were preparing their own attack. In the forest, they moved silently, their grotesque forms blending into the shadows. Smiley, their ever-grinning enforcer, was central to the plan. Unlike before, the monsters didn't communicate through speech. Their movements, their eerie stillness, and their shared intent spoke louder than words. Their goal was clear: to crush the survivors' hope and ensure they stopped searching for answers. The plan was simple but chilling. They would manipulate their victims with voices, whispers that mimicked loved ones, enticing them to open their doors during the night. Boyd was their prime target. They had seen his strength, his determination to fight, but they also knew his weakness, his wife, Abby. That night, as Boyd sat alone in his room, a soft voice called out to him, "Boyd, it's me. It's me." His heart stopped. It sounded just like Abby. He stood frozen, gripping his rifle tightly, his mind racing. The voice was tender, pleading. "I've missed you. Please, open the door. Let me in." Boyd's hands trembled. He knew it couldn't be her. Abby was gone. But the voice, so real, so familiar, shook him to his core. He approached the door, his instincts battling with his emotions. Meanwhile, the monster's plan was unfolding in other parts of the town. Victor, always alert, heard faint whispers outside his window. At first he dismissed them, but then came a voice he hadn't heard in decades, his mother's. "Victor, my sweet boy, come outside. I've been waiting for you." His heart ached, but he didn't move. He knew better. The monsters were playing their cruel games again, and this time they were digging into the deepest wounds of the survivors. I was left where Ethan clung to his sister Julie. He had heard the monsters' whispers too, but Julie kept him grounded. "Don't listen to them," she said firmly. "They're trying to mess with us, trying to break us." Ethan nodded, but fear lingered in his eyes. Julie, despite her own terror, stayed strong for him. The yellow suit man, meanwhile, remained an ominous presence. He had no interest in the monstrous games. His focus was on ensuring the survivors stayed far away from the tunnels. When Tabitha and Jade attempted to rally the group to explore them further, he appeared suddenly, his voice cold and commanding. "You go down there, and none of you will survive," he warned. His words were not a threat. They were a promise. Despite the danger, Tabitha couldn't ignore the pull of the truth. Her fragmented memories hinted that the tunnels were key to breaking the cycle, to freeing the trapped children. But every step closer to the truth brought greater risks. The yellow suit man's obsession with stopping her grew more intense, and the monster's attacks became more strategic, more personal. The survivors were now divided. Some, like Boyd and Julie, wanted to focus on defense, protecting their people from the monster's nightly assaults. Others, like Tabitha and Jade, insisted they had to push forward to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. The tension among the group was palpable. Trust was fraying, and fear was taking its toll. As the night wore on, the monster's traps became more elaborate. They used shadows, illusions, and the survivors' own memories against them. A door left ajar in the colony house led to a near-fatal ambush, saved only by Victor's quick thinking. "They're playing with us," he muttered. "They want us to crack." Despite everything, there was a glimmer of hope. The boy in white, mysterious as ever, appeared to Julie. "You have to keep going," he told her. "The truth is closer than you think, but you need to be careful. The yellow suit man won't stop until it's buried." Julie, still grappling with her newfound ability to walk through time, was torn. She didn't fully trust the boy in white, but his words resonated with her. She had seen glimpses of the past, flashes of what had been and what could be, and while the truth terrified her, she knew they couldn't stop now. The episode ended with the survivors huddled together, their resolve stronger but their fears ever present. The monsters circled the town, their silent malice palpable. The yellow suit man watched from the shadows, his next move already in motion. And deep within the tunnels, something stirred, a faint rhythmic sound, like a heartbeat echoing through the darkness. What lay ahead for the survivors of Fromville was uncertain, but one thing was clear: the battle was far from over. Could the survivors hold strong against the psychological torment? And how far would the monsters go to keep their secrets buried? Find out in the next episode.